Okay, now we're going to go through how to use the multi-site functions that set up sites. Okay, so first let's go into options, set our options. Now we can change our network name up here if we want, and our network admin email. Now let's go a little further here. We have what's called a dashboard site, and we can just give it whatever name we want. So dashboard control manager, whatever you want here. So let's just call it dashboard. Like so. And then they will be given the role that you put in here, and you're usually going to want to leave that as subscriber. Okay. Admin notice feed. What you can do here is put in the feed, the main feed from your site, and what it'll do is it'll show whatever post you made in the dashboard. So it's a good way to keep people notified of what's going on your blog. And it gives you the address to that feed right here. So just grab a hold of that and copy in if you want to do that. Okay, down here, this is how you manage the way people are going to register for your blog. So either turn it off, they can register an account, or login users may register new sites, or both sites and user accounts can be registered. So let's set this the way you want. Okay, this is going to allow people to register and create sites. Okay, this is just an email notification when somebody registers. Allow site administrator to add new users to their site via the users add new page. So that's whoever creates a site. If you want them to be able to add users, you can check that button there. Band names, these are the directory names that people can't use to create their blog. Okay, so you can put any other ones you want in there. Here we have limited email registration. What you can do is limit the registration to people that have certain domains in their email. So if this was a company site, for instance, and you had a company domain, then you could put only people with this address in their domain, or this domain in their email address can register here. And the opposite thing here is you can keep people with certain domains from registering. So if you didn't want to accept Yahoo or Hotmail, you can put those in here. One domain per line. Then down here we have our new site settings. So we have our welcome email, welcome user email, and we have a first post. This is just a post that's created on setup. Okay, first page, first comment author. You can leave all these as they are, or you can add to them if you want. This is just because there has to be data there when a site is set up. Okay, media upload buttons. I checked these before. With this theme we have to have images at least, but you can set what you're going to allow them to upload here as far as media is concerned, and if you're going to limit them and how big you're going to limit them to right here. Here you can put the kind of files that you're going to allow them to upload and the maximum upload file size. Okay, network settings down here, default language, and menu settings. Now you can enable administration menus. Okay, so we have plugins here is the only administration menu that we have right now. So we can save those changes. Okay, now at this point, let's go back to plugins, because we deactivated our plugins. Okay, so let's activate. And you can also, if you notice here, you can network activate. Okay, so now I believe that Google XML sitemaps didn't work properly with the network. So let's just activate it like this. Okay, no, it's not multi-site compatible, so let's deactivate that again. Okay, so there we go. So we can either network activate or activate. Okay, so let's deactivate Akismet here, and let's network activate it. Okay, so now we have plugins activated within the network, so we can control that in here. We can upload lots of plugins, and we can decide which one's going to go where, whether we're going to have it on our main site or the network or both. Okay, now let's go to themes. What we have here are the themes available to people that are on our network. Okay, so Here we have the child theme that we created not available, and that's going to be correct. The 2010 theme is activated, that's the default, and this other one here, we have it deactivated. We could activate that if we want. So we could upload a whole bunch of themes and decide which ones we want to activate. Okay, we got this thing here to go and set up our all-in-one SEO pack. So let's enable this again. And it kept all our data for us, so let's just update the options. Alright, now back to here. Let's go to sites. And this is where you could add sites yourself if you want. So you can just put in the site address here. Let's just create a site, for instance. Okay, let's create one called demo. Site title, demo site. Admin email. Now, if you put in an email of an existing user, then it doesn't have to create a new username and password. Okay, if you create a new email address here, then it will email them a username and password. Okay, so I'm just going to use the same one here, and then we'll do add site. Okay, so here's the demo site here. We can edit it. We have the back end, deactivate, archive. If it's a spam blog, you can mark it as spam, delete it, and visit it. Let's visit it. Okay, so we're having problems with the all-in-one SEO pack with this. So let's go and deactivate that. And let's just activate it on our main site. It should be okay. Okay, now let's go back to admin here. Or to sites, actually. Let's visit our demo site again. Okay, so here's our demo site that already set up. Okay, and it just set it up in the default mode, and then people can go in and update it. Okay, so we can go here, go into the back-end processing. Okay, and this is the dashboard people will see when they sign up and create their blog. Okay, we're seeing super admin here because I'm still logged in as administrator. They won't see that. Okay, so here we have my sites, updates. Okay, just like in the regular WordPress. Here we have, okay, you know, your regular stuff, posts, pages, all that, your media, links, comments, plugins. Okay, now it's doing this again because I'm signed in as admin. Let me sign out here. Now let me sign in. Actually, let me register as a new user for this demo blog. Okay, so this is what they get when they register. They'll put in a username and email address. And here we can have give me a site or give me a username only. Okay, so we're just going to register as a username on this site for now. But this is how people will sign up for a site. Okay, click next. It's sent an activation email that will have to be activated, so I'll do that. Okay, so I've activated. I'm going to go back to the demo site and I'm going to log in. Okay, now I'm logged in as a regular user. Okay, so this is what they see now. They have the dashboard, my sites, okay, and they don't have any sites. So at this point they could create a new site because I'm just logged in as a user right now. And what they can do is create their own site from here. Okay, so I'm going to create my own site like a user would. So I'm going to call this my site. I'm just going to call it my site. Okay, down here, allow my site to appear in search engines. Yes or no? Great. Okay, we can log in now. Alright, now this is the control panel that the user sees. Notice that there's no longer a super admin here because I'm logged in as a user. This is what I was trying to get at in the first place. Okay, so they enter their ACISMet key here, down in plugins. Okay, all they got is ACISMet here, and they have these other site-wide plugins here. Okay, so that's how this works. Otherwise, it's just the same as any other WordPress site. It actually acts like WordPress MU if you ever used WordPress MU. Okay, so that's it. The users can go ahead and create their sites, and they have full control here as far as you've given it to them. So when they go into Appearance, you've given them which themes they can use. They can use the default theme, or they can use the other theme that you activated as well. Okay, so we go to My Site now. There it is, using the new theme. That concludes the video series on WordPress 3.x.